That whole time, I'm sorry, his microphone wasn't on, maybe that's what that comment is about. We're gently hinging by pushing our hips back a little bit, keeping that spine nice and long. And then from there, gently extend, the leg will come off, bend into the knee, keep the knee bent, and extend below. Nice, shake that out. We'll take a little bit of a closer step to that box and go through some hip flexion here. We're gonna bend that knee again.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. I tried to sneeze gracefully on TV, it doesn't work. And place that foot down gently on the box. We're gonna have hip flexion now. Let's hike the hip and then pull it down. And again, this time let's tuck that tail under by squeezing our back butt cheek, and now we'll feel that extension through the front of that hip. And then relax for a second. Let's re-tuck under, squeezing that back cheek, stay up tall. For 5 seconds, don't move anything, but drive that leg down into your step, or whatever you're pushing down on. And hold, and keep extending your back hip for 3, 2, relax-ish, but don't go anywhere. Then re-squeeze and straighten that bottom leg, and pretend to pull up. Pretend to lift that foot up off the step, and hold for 4, 3, 2, let's do one more time of each. Keep the tension, but push it down. You feel some light ups in the front of that hip as well as that glute. And last time, switch it, pretend to lift off. I'm trying to lift off that foot, but keep extending the back hip and relax. We'll drag that foot off, quads go parallel, and then straighten the leg. Same thing other side. Knee bends, hip flexes, and place the foot on the step. From here, the hike of the hip, and then the pull down. We'll gently tuck the tail under, and we'll drive down on that step as we extend this back hip. We're pushing that hip forward, extending and holding for 3, 2, and then change it and pretend to go active lift off. Pretend to lift off and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then easy off, darn it. I'm sorry. My mic was on mute and Ian's mic was off, so we should now have sound. Hopefully you stuck around. And one last time. It's one of those days. Yeah, it is. One last time, we'll go active lift off for 4, 3, 2, and then last time push down for 4, 3, 2. We'll drag that foot off the box, quads remain parallel, and then gently straighten. Nice. Shake it out. You'll need to maybe change apparati, depending on what you have, to a balance aid at your side to perform our leg bars. With the balance aid at our side, we'll stand up tall on that inside leg. From there, we're going to point the leg to the front, and then we'll gently open the inseam up, rotate to center, and then inseam turns down. Do that one more time, rotating the leg up, rotating the inseam down, and then back to center and send that leg to the side. In that sidemost position, again, that inseam is already forward, so let's turn it in and hide it. And then let's externally rotate or open up the inseam forward. And one last time, internally rotate it and continue drawing the circle all the way around the back. Once you're out the back with that leg, roll over the foot and pull, growing tall underneath. Let's go to the back, so reaching long out the back, pointing that foot, keeping the hips square forward. We'll open the leg, the inseam comes around the corner, all the way around to the front, and then pull, returning underneath. Let's perform the same exercise, but now on a bent knee. So with that same leg, bend it, keeping the quads parallel. We'll reach back a little bit, and then we'll externally rotate, opening the knee to the side. Foot finds that shin. From there, hold for a second. Keep trying to send that knee side and the hips pushing forward, and then gently return the knee to center. Brush to return the quads to parallel and just pause here. Now let's switch directions. Knee comes up to hip flexion. Open the leg to the side. Disconnect the foot. Slowly lift the ankle or internally rotate as you reach around out the back. Get those quads back to parallel, and then straighten the leg out. Whew. Shake it out, switch sides, switch legs, and we'll do the same thing, warming up the other hip. So again, tall on that inside leg, and then let's point the leg to the front, turn the inseam up, come back to center, turn the inseam down. One more time, inseam up, and then keep that forward as we put the leg to the side. When the leg's at the side there, gently internally rotate it or hide the inseam. Externally rotate it, bringing it forward. And one last time, internally rotate and continue drawing that circle all the way around the back. Once out the back, roll over the foot and pull underneath. We'll go to the back here, point, reaching long. Then open the leg in the socket, drawing the circle around the side of the body, inseams forward there. And then finish the circle to the front and pull underneath. All right, here we go on that bent leg. Keep that same leg and brush, kicking your bum. From there, gently hip extend and then rotate open, bringing that knee to the side. Once it's in that sidemost position, hold for a second, pull to return the leg to center, and brush so the quads get parallel. And then to the front, bringing the knee to hip flexion, sending the leg open to the side. We'll disconnect that foot, lifting the ankle, internally rotating on the femur as we reach around the back, getting the quads to parallel, and then gently straightening the leg. Nice, shake it out. Great. From here, we'll get into those alphabetical shoulders.
That AWTY. The first time through here, we'll exclusively work on stiff elbows and scapula, or those shoulder blades, and then we'll incorporate the arms or those elbows to extend. Assemble your feet in the comfort position for you, and in this V shape, or A as we call it, elevate the shoulders, exclusively saying that I don't know action, or that up, and then follow that by a gravity-assisted down. Now pretend you're holding heavy buckets of water, and those armpits lats would drag you down towards the ground. Elevate the shoulders one more time, shrug up, elevate, I don't know, and then pull back down with control. Next, let's change those hand positions out front. From here, with fingertips pointing forward, palms facing each other or slightly up. Reach through those armpits, pushing the shoulder blades around the rib cage or body. Then retract the shoulder blades. Repeat again, driving that action forward from that underarm or lat musculature of the body, and then pull back. Return the arms to that A shape, and then we'll bend the elbows to the W. Set those shoulder blades, create a strong position for you, and with fingertips straight lines through those wrists, extend the elbows to shape of a T. At the T again, the palms can be forward to slightly turned up. For one repetition, shrug or elevate the shoulders, and then juice in that orange in the armpits will pull down, and then pull those side walls back in to assemble in the W shape. Repeat one more. Shoulder blades are set, extending through the elbows, aiming to get towards the T. If there's pinches and pains in the shoulder, work towards that A shape first. Then elevate once, pull back down, and then continue to pull through the elbows. Stay at that A or T if that's for you, or challenge it towards the Y. We'll pull those armpits down as we extend the elbows to get towards the Y shape. With safely straightened elbows, let's elevate or shrug shoulders, and then pack with stiff elbows pulling down, and then continue to pull back to the W. We'll repeat that effort for the last time. The armpits pull low, the elbows extend towards overhead. Breathe, brace, extend those elbows fully. Then elevate the shoulders in our shrug, pack or pull down, and then continue to flex or bend the elbows to the W, and then extend the elbows, palms forward, and add our little shake. From here, we'll hinge once and then fold as we get to the floor to work on the core. Like how that rhymes.
Nice. From here, we'll chop our hips back. We don't want to size it.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, I did because I wanted to go wrists.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, you do the sizes then.
Change it
I'll
up.
have a sip. I'll have a sip. You do the sizes.
Oh, what are you drinking back there, Ian?
Oh, just the finest Playgrounds coffee.
Check out our website for some new coffee. Anyway, from here with our feet parallel, we'll gently press our knees towards over our toes. And then let's stand up tall, squeezing our butt, extending our hips. Repeat again, knees towards over toes. This time let's slowly let the heels peel slightly off the floor, but stay here. And then push into the floor and extend, growing tall again. Let's repeat, knees pull over toes. And then allow the heels to lift. This time we're gonna find even lower. From here, we'll gently let our knees find the floor. Use your hands as needed. Press your hips through to extend. Untuck your toes. And from here, we're going to then hinge, pushing our hips back, extending our arms. Fingertips will find the floor, callus line, and then palms. With our fingers and palms heavy, let's, just like we did in our shoulders, shrug them up, I don't know, and then pull them down. Now let's keep them there the whole time. Looking at your elbows, rotate them so that your elbow pits are backwards, and then try to rotate those elbow pits or blood donations forward. Let's do that one more time. Hide the elbow pits, show the elbow pits. Keep the shoulders pressed down. Now with those fingers gripping wide, let's pull the floor towards our knees and our shoulders are drift towards over our fingertips and wrist extension. Press the fingers back so you come out of that. Repeat again, pull on the floor, getting into wrist extension. And then this time, press away so much, we flick the floor away, shaking that out. We'll put one hand down normal, and then we're gonna take the other hand and rotate it. So our fingers will face our knees, and then the palm will come down, and that other hand is just supporting us. This could be a big stretch up the front of that forearm. If it's too much, you could do this against a wall. From here, shrug the shoulder and then pull it down. Let's try to keep that elbow nice and straight as we sit back, feeling that stretch or mobility through the front of that forearm. And then use those fingers to push you back. Now try to add a slight bend to the elbow. And can you sit back into that bent elbow? And then we'll slowly peel the palm away from the floor and the fingers will flick. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Shake that out. Other hand, now that hand goes down normal. And this time, fingers face your knee, and then callus line and palm connects. Again, shrug the shoulder, and then pull it down out of your ear. Sitting back a little bit, feeling that weight through all 5 fingers, and that nice light feelings through the front of the forearm. Then drift forward a little bit. Add the elbow bend, and try to sit back into that position. As you sit back here, allow the palm to peel away from the floor, the callus line, and the index fingers flick away. We'll sit back on that siza sit or those ankles with our toes pointed out the back. From here, place your hands on your own butt cheeks and squeeze your right butt cheek. Does it work? Now squeeze your left butt cheek. Now squeeze both cheeks and squeeze both cheeks so much you extend your hips. Tuck your toes. With or without your hands, rock back, and let's find just our toe balance right now in this low position. Try to stay here. Maybe sink back and find those heels. You might come up a little bit, but try to find those heels now. No heels. Oh, you are on your heels. Good. And then press through to tall. Shadows.
I was worried about the wall behind me, really.
And shake that out.
All right. Well, we can tick the siza sit off that menu, and now we can work on our folds and hinges to the ground. We'll be setting up the planks tension on those wrists in extension. Please feel free to use those forearm planks if the wrists say no mas. All right, setting up the hinge. Feet maybe just outside of those hips. Chop, press the hips back, long spine, extended spine. And check that the toes are heavy, the shins are vertical, the hips are higher than those knees, and then push the feet into the ground, exciting those hips to extend to tall. Don't forget the brace. Repeat that one more time as we hinge by pressing the feet out into the ground for tension and traction. Then just calibrate that hinge with the toes heavy, vertical shins, feel load on the hamstrings, and then knees forward, walk hands down to the ground, and assemble in a modified position or in our full high plank. Lauren's shape is the best. Her hips are slightly tucked under. And for 10 more seconds, we'll continue to pull those hands towards the knees. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then just relax for a second. Lauren wants to do a plank walkout. Let's watch her do one first, and then perhaps we'll join all together.
Did I say
Either
that?
the knees or the toes, could you slowly push the hands away from center? Be safe on those shoulders. Simple, not easy. Hold for time. Okay, there.
Well, you said a walkout.
I did say a walkout. That was great. And then underneath and rest. Did you watch that? Does that look exciting? If so, Lauren will rest as I do the same effort from the knees or the modified position.
Finding that tucked under position, bracing the core, and keeping that core brace the whole time. Slowly start walking your hands just 1 or 2 steps towards over shoulders. Find where you can hold, and hold now for 5 seconds. Butts are squeezed. You're still pulling the floor together underneath you, and it couldn't move you. Slowly start pushing the floor away to walk your hands back in underneath those shoulders. Hips will lift a little bit, and take a second off.
From here, let's down dog style up. So we have our tailbone tilted towards the ceiling now. Press the floor forward through the hands, lifting the knees. Keep the knees soft for a second longer as you readjust that tailbone to tip towards the ceiling. If that feels safe, continue that shape in the back as you extend the knees gently. Down dog is not a rest position. Make sure you feel tension on the hams, but feel safe, and also the ability to come out back towards a bear hover here.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep. Then in our bear hover, we'll tip our tailbone to the ceiling. Press the knees towards straight one last time. Is the tailbone tilted to the ceiling? If so, think about straightening it through the knees. Don't lose the tailbone shape. Core first. Maintain the strength. Break rules as you need as you walk back towards your hinge now. Vertical shins. Press the feet in the ground and extend those hips to tall. Hinges. Check that out. As we were in the garden the other day, I said, I'm turning into my dad, picking weeds in my forward fold. Something like that. We love hinging. We love our fold too. I hope he is doing it. I hope he's doing it. Or maybe he's out in the rain here picking weeds. So let's work on that fold next. If Lauren uses that door frame on the back side as a reference here, folding in the forward fold, her hips will not move towards the door anymore. Visualize yourself between 2 panes of glass. And then to come up, we're going to pull that belly button into the spine, stacking up beautifully tall with that head as the last part of the body to get to that extended or tall position. Let's repeat 2 more. Start in a slight extension of the head neck, and then pull the chin towards the sternum. Flex through that rib cage. You might need to soften the knees as I am here, but encourage them to stay straight if you can. Once you're in your safe fold, just take a breath into the belly. Exhale, and then draw the belly button to the spine and extend ourselves back towards tall. The ribs stay down, and we look straight ahead. We'll stay down this last repetition. Repeat the same where it's a chin tuck first, then that flexion or rounding shape through the upper back. Keeping the shoulders as tight to the body as you can and the hips as much over the feet as you can. Full feet on the ground to your fold. From here, walk out as you need to assemble yourself in your modified plank the way I'm showing here, or your high plank, and create high tension here for 10, 9, 8. Is your bum squeezed, Lauren? Mm-hmm. Are your abs braced, Lauren?
Of course.
Oh, we're wonderful. Let's do it for like 3 more seconds, building that tension, and then releasing the tension, and no child's pose. Stay with that long spine. Next, we'll try those walkouts. So again, we'll watch Lauren first maybe as she goes from either the knees or that high plank. Use the floor to walk out, challenge the core, respect the shoulders, and breathe for about 4 more seconds here in that plank. And with the power in those hands, drive through the ground, back to plank, and rest. Then it's our turn again, so if you watch Lauren, follow me here.
So again, from that plank position, and you can just be holding your regular plank here, but high tension no matter what you're doing. Butt squeezed, hips tucked, long plank position and hold for 4, 3, 2, and then push forward to get yourself back to tall here. Try not to let those hips sag, stay tight, and then slowly relax down.
From here, open up those hands. Start with the tailbone tilted to the ceiling like that cow pose, and then extend through the knees. Now let the low back round a little as we walk our feet towards the hands or hands towards feet. Taking your time, enjoy the fold, and then stand by pulling the belly button to spine. Keep your sternum down and extend through that T-spine or rib cage. There we go. Now back to Lauren. What time is it?
Tick tock.
Tick tock, here we go.
Feet underneath you, we're gonna work through our movement clock. Our first one today I'd like to do on super straight legs. So let's stand really tall on a single leg, kneecap pulled up, hip extended, glute squeezed. Take the other leg, it's not allowed to bend ever, and point it to the front. And then keeping it just as straight, pull it underneath. Repeat, but tap out to 10 or 2 on the clock, and then pull it underneath. To 9 or 3, and pull using that adductor, returning back to center. To 8 and 4, and pull under. And this one will roll over the foot, reaching out the back. That knee should still be straight, and then roll over the foot, pulling it back underneath. Same thing, other leg. Pointing long to the front to noon, and pulling under center. To 10 or 2, knees stay straight, pulling to center. To 3 or 9, and returning underneath. And then to 8 and 4, and growing tall. And last one, rolling over that foot out the back, pointing, and then back underneath, returning under. Good. Shake that for a second. Now we're gonna change it. That leg that stays is gonna stay straight, and the front leg will bend. That means we'll pick the foot up off the floor by flicking. We'll point the leg to noon, pause. Yeah, my new thing. And then toe ball, heel, soft landing. Back heel stays heavy, we're square forward. We'll press forward to come back. Same leg, peel off the floor, point it to 10 or 2, straighten it, hold for a second, and then toe ball, heel, land.
Second longer, Ian.
Second longer. Push forward to come back. Foot comes off the floor, knee goes to 9 or 3, then point and hold, and then toe ball, heel, soft land. Try to send that knee towards over toe, work on that ankle mobility, press back to center. Off the floor, knee goes side, and then from here we're rotating to our new corner, pointing the leg, holding for a second, and then toe ball, heel, land, and press back to center. This time, we'll bend that knee, we'll reach it long out the back, toe ball, heel, hips sink back, staying stacked, and then pressing through to tall. Same thing, other leg. Foot flicks off the floor. It points to the front and holds. Then toe ball, heel, soft landing. You'd think you'd learn by now. And then press forward to come back. Peel. Point the knee to 10 or 2. Point and hold it. And then toe ball, heel, soft land. Press back to center. Peel the foot up off the floor. Open the knee to the side. Point and hold. And soft land. And press back to center. Peel the foot up, open it to the side, and then rotate to that new corner. Oh, I cheated. Point it and soft land. And back to center. Last one, that knee bends. That knee bends. We reach it out the back, toe ball, heel. Quads get parallel, hips stay level, and then press through to tall. Shaking that clock out.
The clock. From the clocks to the sumo. Open up in that sumo stance, perhaps 2 shoulder widths of yours apart. First, press your feet into the ground. Excite the toes, pull up those kneecaps with those quads. The glutes are squeezed, the core is braced. Coast the tension away. Next, adductor pull together. Ground those feet into the floor and pull with stiffened knees to say, whoa, hello, Dr. Groins here, as well as these side butt cheeks that help. And relax. Continue the pull effort as we pull into center and then guide ourselves down into our first squat. Hanging out in that low squats position, and isometric is a lot of work, but not going anywhere. So let's start to press into the floor without standing up. Does that signal work on those quads and glutes? And then let it come back up to tall. The cramp, the brace, and then a little relaxation with that tension. Build the tension again though. Pull into center, and as we pull, we'll descend into our squat. Isometrics, we're gonna press down into the floor. Don't go anywhere yet. We'll be here for 10 seconds. Crush energy down, feel excitement on the legs, and drive those hips through to tall. I promise it's the last one. We'll pull down, adduct, tension, control gravity as you descend into your squat. And then in the sumo goddess pose here, press down, quads, core. 5 more seconds of this isometric, and then wind to the tall posture. Nice. And then add that little friendly shake and wiggle there. From here, I think it's like push-up time there, Lauren.
Yep.
Push-up time.
Push-up time. All right, to get to our push-ups, let's use our hinge. Stepping into that hinge position, feet slightly wider than your hips. Press your hips back, loading up those hamstrings and glutes. Then from here, tip forward and walk yourself out either from your modified position from your knees or from your toes. No matter where you are, you have that plank tension going on as we're doing these push-ups. Let's pull our shoulders down out of our ears and slowly lower ourselves to our safe low. Once you get there, press back up. Let's try to do up to 4 more of these as we pull ourselves low and press up. If 5 is too many because they start to get sloppy, please cut a rep or 2. Last 2 here as we pull ourselves low, keeping our glutes squeezed in our core brace, and our head stays in line with our body as we do these push-ups. Once you're done, lift that tail towards the ceiling, push your hips back into that hinge position, and press through
hinge.
to tall. Either hinge or fold. Don't
And tall.
be a dad fold.
From here, we'll keep it, Lauren. Go for those weight
weight
transfers.
transfers.
I was going to have the Shiko in there, but the Shiko and weight transfer are kind of the same.
All right, we're gonna start our lateral transfers and then continue working on our forward back transfers that have been fun. But until then, lateral. So with the slightly wider stance, but smaller than your sumo, pull yourself down. Find this position and then push one way long, leg long, to get the knee towards over the other toe. Right now that whole foot's connected. I want you to take the heel off the floor and point the foot. Then I want you to get the balls of the feet off the floor so only that big toe is there and your foot is pointed. Feel energy all the way up that leg into the glute. Then toes, ball, heel, and start pulling yourself across and then pressing over. We have full foot down for now, hips are forward. We'll take the heel off the floor and then we'll use the toes to point the foot. From here, full energy up into the butt cheek, hold 3, 2, toe, ball, heel, pull, and press. As we get over to this side this time, we're right to that big toe point. Let's try to create a little space between the foot and the floor by lifting from the glute. 3, 2, again, toe ball, heel, pull yourself across, and then press away. Get to that toe point right away, straighten the leg, hand on the cheek as you lift and feel glute. Toe ball, heel. We have 2 more rounds as we pull across and press over. This time finding that balance and maybe adding more by extending that knee and growing tall. Hips still push forward. Then knee goes over the toe, ball, heel, pull across, and then press away. Keep the hips extended, the leg pointed long, and gently push down to grow up. Holding 3, 2, then knee goes back over the toe ball, heel across. One last time. Press over. Lift the leg from the cheek. Straighten the knee. Either stay holding this balance or grow up to a rise and hold for 3, 2, slowly find the heel. Knee goes back over the toe ball, heel, pull across. Last time. Knee towards over the toe, nice straight leg. Lift from the cheek. Drive down to
It is a
extend.
treat.
It is a what?
Treat.
The cheek is a treat.
Mm-hmm.
And then push into the floor to grow up and find that balance for 3, 2, heel connects, knee over toe, toe ball, heel to center, hold, pull yourself a little lower,
Whoa.
and then press to tall. Haha, Ian, you have to do your push-ups.
This will be our last set of push-ups. Last week, we went for 10. We started at number 5 and challenged it with just a couple more. Feel your plank. Feel your tension, feel your push-up, and challenge yourself accordingly. I'm going to be going for 10 push-ups, just like last week. I hope I can keep up to Lauren. Let's use our hinge as we fold this time.
Hinge as we hinge this time.
Hinge as we get to the floor this time. Nice. Hinging, fingertips. Assume your modified planks position or push-up or that high position. Work to your strengths. Let's go. That's 1. Up, down, up. Number 3, up. 4. The full tension. The
Are your butt
breath.
squeezed?
And 6. The core is braced. The glutes are, now that Lauren cued me to. I think this is number 8.
9.
Okay, good. Thank goodness. And 10. Then open your stance a little, press through the floor, get towards that hinge, and drive those hips through into extension. One last fun balance to finish. Take it away.
Standing with your feet underneath you, it's best if you turn them slightly out to that first position or just a slight turn out. Take a single leg and point it to the side, and then draw that circle around to the front. Place the foot down. From here on flat feet, let's push off the back foot and find a front foot balance. Pointing that leg out the back and hold for 3, 2, then place the foot down, toe ball, heel, push off the front foot to find a back foot balance and hold for 3, 2, 1. Place the front foot down, feel that you're between 2 feet. Either stay on the floor with flat feet, have a balance aid at your side, push down, grow. From here, again, push off your back foot and find a front foot balance and hold for 4, 3, 2, put down the back toes and ball of foot and push off the front foot to find that back leg balance and hold for 3, 2, front ball of foot comes down and then slowly both heels connect. Point that leg out the front, bringing it back underneath, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Point side, bring that leg around to the front and toe ball heel it. From here, push out of that back leg to find the front foot flat balance and hold for 3, 2, then toe ball heel, press off that front leg and find the back leg balance, holding 3, 2, find center, feel the weight between both, push down to come up. Once you're up, transfer that weight to that front foot. Feel the stack, the ankle under the knee, under the hip, under the shoulder, holding, and then toe ball in the back foot, pushing off the front foot to stack that weight again. 3, 2, find 2 foot balance, hold, and then connect the heels and bring that front leg back underneath. Shaking it out.
For the final move today, we'll return to the balance aid. It's not necessary, but it's just nice. We'll use our rib roll, mobilizing through that rib cage, gripping the floor heavily through the glutes, the legs, and finishing with those feet. So in a stance for you, it could be parallel or first, arm in a front or first position. Start by flexing through the rib cage like we started, chin towards sternum, and then sternum towards hips. Reach to the bar side, keep the armpit low, and draw a nice rib circle as you reach halfway through now. Finish to that new corner. And with that grace and control, pull through the rib cage back to center and assemble tall. Repeat the other way. It's the flexion forward, the reach out to the side, and we're driving the actions of the arm through the power and the core. Then we're at the bar side. We'll round the circle back to the front, and now pull the sternum down, lift the rib cage up and relax and center. Turn yourself around, switch your balance aid as we perform that one last time.
It's so hard to breathe during that whole move.
Making room. We're in our first or parallel position of your choice, arm down low. Start the head neck, flex through the ribs, and reach towards the chair or the bar side of the room. Then up and over, driving the actions of the arm through the power of the rib cage and core. Find that new corner, connect the rib cage back to center, sternum down to pull up. And final time, we'll go away from the bars, you flex or fold forward, reach out to the side, keep that armpit low, drive the action with the rib cage, over to the side, rounding to the front, and sternum down to lift up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being patient with us through some technical difficulties as we work on your technique for strength and mobility. This is the Restore and Recharge class with movements inspired by the bar. Thank you to our members for your membership, and to those who snuck in on a private link. We look forward to sharing more with you. So check out barsandbells.com/membership. As Lauren mentioned, there's coffee for sale, but it's kettlebells and calisthenics that keep us most excited. Thank you for sharing with us today, and we look forward to doing more with you later. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And together we stay strong with our bars and bells. We look forward to training with you soon. Take care. Have a good day. And a good weekend. Goodbye.
Goodbye.